What's up, guys? We are Tottenham TV here. Welcome to the second episode of Know Your Spurs Liverpool edition. We're here with Matt from the Football Banter Show. Welcome to the channel.
Cheers, bro.
You might not detect from the accent, but he is a Liverpool fan.
Yes, I am, people. I am. Just because I don't live in Liverpool don't mean I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm just letting people know. You got to know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let the fans know. All right, so do you know how this works? 7 questions.
Yeah.
See how many you can get right. The last person was Flex from United Stand. He was on it. He got 4 right.
Okay.
Out of 7. So it's not the easiest quiz, but it might be a bit biased. So we'll see what happens.
Gosh, here we go. You're gonna try and mess me up now.
A bit, not totally.
Okay.
A bit. Let's start with question number 1. In the Premier League last season, whose top 3 goal scorers scored the most goals? So what that means is your top 3 was Salah, Mane, Firmino.
Yeah.
Our top 3 was Kane, Son, and Eriksen. Right?
Okay.
So who scored collectively of those 3? Who scored more goals?
Oh, you know what? This is a tough one already, you know, because Eriksen banged in a few. So what? Who's your top 3? You said it was Kane, Son,
Eriksen,
and Eriksen.
Yeah.
I'm going R3.
Salah, Mane,
Yeah,
Firmino. Final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
Pressure, man. Salah, Mane, Firmino scored 57 together. Kane, Son, and Eriksen got 52. So you got a question 1 out of 1. Damn right.
That's what I'm gonna get. You know? That's what I'm gonna get.
Do you think that on the weekend that's where you're gonna win the game? The front 3.
It has to be the front 3 because as much as I like our midfield, bringing in Naby Keita and whatnot, our strike force for me personally is the most feared in the Prem alongside Man City.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even just Salah. People talk about Salah obviously because of what he done last season. But it's Mane as well. Mane's been our best attacker this season so far.
He started on fire, hasn't he?
And Firmino hasn't even started yet. So
that's true. Should Mane have got Player of the Month?
Yeah, blatantly. Yeah, of course. I mean, Van Dijk getting it. Yeah, all right.
Lucas
cool.
Moura, mate. Lucas Moura won Player of the Month.
Moura?
Lucas Moura won it. He won.
Did he win it?
Yeah, official Premier League Player of the Month. Lucas Moura.
Oh man. No, Mane should have won it. How many goals has Moura got again?
He's at the moment he's on 3.
And how many is Mane on?
Mane's on 4. However, Mane scored 1 in September.
Oh,
so they're technically level in August.
Technically, all right, cool.
But it's got to be for that trouncing at Old Trafford. I think he deserved it just for that. No, that was beautiful to watch.
It was. I'm not gonna lie. Even a Liverpool fan, seeing Man United crumble is like the best thing. Like I just want to see them get hurt, especially Mourinho.
How he rinsed Chris Smalling for that last goal. It's worth it just for that. All right, 1 out of 1. Good start. It's a good start. Man. Question number 2. Pochettino and Jurgen Klopp. This is a question about them. Klopp at Liverpool, Pochettino at Spurs. Yeah. Who has a higher win percentage? Who has the one? Pochettino has a higher win percentage. Final answer.
Final answer.
Pochettino's win percentage is 55.9% and Klopp's is 53.5%. That's 2 out of 2 for Matt. He knows his stuff.
I do know a little bit. No, Pochettino, listen.
Why are you so confident on that? You went right out there.
Yeah, because do you know what it is? I thought about when Klopp came in and when obviously Poch came in. And if I'm not mistaken, you guys have finished higher than us in the last 2-3 seasons.
Yeah.
And I remember we've lost quite a few games or drawn them, and you've won more games, hence why you were finishing above us. So I just remember that, especially the season when I think you were kind of challenging. Were you challenging Leicester at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously we kind of know, we kind of know what happened. We know what happened. But I mean, we weren't challenging, so I can't even laugh too much.
Exactly.
But I just remember you guys were going ham. You were chasing them down. I've got to give you guys credit. No one else really was. So
do you think would you reckon it's fair to say that Poch has done a better job at Spurs than Klopp has done at Liverpool? Do you think that would be a fair statement?
I would say they've done roughly the same. The reason why I say that is because neither has won anything. Obviously Klopp did get to a Champions League final last season, but again we didn't win it, and it's about winning. Pochettino done an amazing job, and I think some people might say better because he's had less money than Klopp. Klopp's had more money.
And he finished above him.
So you could have that argument, but you could also say the progression now. If you look at where both teams are now, who would you say is slightly ahead in your opinion?
Well, listen, it's easy to say Liverpool just because of the players they signed in the summer, but we'll have to see. You'll have to see how it pans out, because if Spurs can improve stability-wise, like just as a team, even without signing anyone, then obviously Poch has done wonders. I think if you can improve without signing anyone, like in the position that we're in, if we finish above Liverpool this season, that's
no, that's not happening.
That's a great,
it can't happen. It can't happen. Not again. Surely.
You say that. You never know. All right, 2 out of 2. Doing well. Good start. It's a very good start. All right, so let's go next question. These are goals and assists.
Okay.
So we signed Dele Alli and Firmino joined the Premier League at the same time, pretty much. Who has more goals and assists combined? Dele Alli, straight out of the bat.
Dele Alli.
Straight out of the bat. Dele Alli has 64 goals and assists. Firmino has 60. 3 out of 3. He knows what's going on here.
You know what it is? Funny enough, I was looking at a stat the other day, and there was something on Twitter. I was talking about how can you say Dele Alli's overrated when I think they put Dele Alli from the last 3 seasons against Eden Hazard, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I think Dele has more goals and assists, I think it was. And I was like,
Hazard.
Then Hazard. Now, don't quote me on that, people. I'm pretty sure it was the last 3 seasons.
I think that is true.
Yeah, because some people listen, I think Ali's a good player. He's not obviously world class. I don't think yet, but I think he can be. And I think, in my opinion, he's probably the closest thing to Frank Lampard in just an out-and-out goal-scoring midfielder. Because he obviously plays just off Kane. And I think he's quite a unique player because you don't get many midfielders like that. Like, Ali makes those runs late into the box. How many midfielders do that now?
Not many.
Not many, innit?
He's a good finisher as well.
He's a very good finisher.
But do you think the criticism of him last season was harsh, or do you think it was fair? Because there was a lot.
Yeah, there was. I think it was a bit harsh because you got to remember he's still young. Like, I think, what was it? That was his 3rd season.
3rd season. He's still got 9 goals, 11 assists.
Dude, good numbers. If I'm not mistaken, in his first 2 seasons, he got double for goals in both of them.
Yeah.
I think he got double figures, you know.
Oh, double figures. Yeah,
sorry,
correct.
double figures.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah, for goals.
Yeah, exactly. Well, 2 seasons ago, he got 18 Premier League goals.
That's 18 for a midfielder. That's impressive. I can't lie.
Very impressive.
Better than what we have. For my central midfield, I ain't gonna lie. We won't go into that.
But Keita looks like a decent signing, to be fair.
Mate, Keita looks like he is fire. He's a baller, and I can't wait for him to fully adapt. Because the thing is with Keita, I wouldn't even say he's adapted yet. I would just say that he's just getting used to the Prem. Hence why he didn't even play in the last game. But he's got so much to offer. And I've been saying it. People need to tweet it as well. Naby Keita will do Naby things. I'm telling you. Seriously, I've been saying it.
Naby things.
Yeah, man.
All right, we'll wait and see about that. That's 3 out of 3, Matt. You're doing quite well.
I'm
here.
doing all right.
Jeez,
as long as I can beat Flex, I'm cool. Sorry,
you
Flex.
hear that, Flex? He's after you. He's after you. Well, get 2 more right. You've beaten him. All right, next question. These are about goalkeepers.
Okay.
Who made more mistakes leading to goals last season? Hugo Lloris or Mignolet and Karius put together?
Oh my days. I don't even want to talk about it. This is heartbreaking. I'm just going to say Mignolet and Karius, you know.
Mignolet and Karius apparently, according to Squawka, made 3 mistakes last season. Hugo Lloris made 4.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Apparently Lloris made more than Mignolet and Karius put together. Which is surprising.
No. Can you double check? You need to double check that.
I double checked it, trust me.
Seriously?
My sources are accurate. This is according to Squawka, which
is
pretty reliable.
They are. Flipping hell.
Yeah,
but then again,
this is in the Premier League. It doesn't count. So obviously, Karius' 2 Champions League mistakes.
This is what I was going to say. In the Champions League, he made 2 by himself. And
fair.
But fair play though, because that's a smart question because it's the 2 goalkeepers, so you're instantly going to think both of them combined, and both. I'm not gonna lie, they're not good. They ain't good enough. Sorry, Kaz, but you ain't.
Alisson had to be signed, right?
Yeah, he had to be signed.
Had to be done.
He had to be. I mean, I know people are going to get on him already
for that one.
Stupid Cruyff turn that he decided to do. But you know what? He's only done it once. Let's just hope he don't do it again, man. He can't. I think he'll learn from it.
I might get a bit of heat for stating that Lloris has made more mistakes than Mignolet and Karius, but you can consider that his punishment for what he's done this season.
Recently.
Recently.
We won't even go into. We won't go a bit of politics, but
driving. No, I can't stand for that. But
yeah.
But it's a bit, you would think it's a bit surprising that because he's a class keeper. Everyone at Spurs loves Hugo, including me. But last season he did make a few mistakes. He didn't have the greatest of seasons.
And even I know obviously not the Prem, but the World Cup as well.
In the final.
Yeah, people forget about that because France won. Because you got to remember, if that was like a game changing moment, people would remember that forever. Like
for sure, he would have been.
He would have been in serious trouble, confidence wise. But he's still a quality goalkeeper in my opinion. Lloris is quality, man.
All right, cool.
Good guy, man.
That is, so you got one wrong.
Yeah.
So 3 out of 4. All right, it's only one.
Yeah.
It's still on for the win. If you're comparing yourself to Flex, that is. Next question. Who, obviously we know Salah scored more goals than Kane last season. That happened. He scored 2 more goals in the Golden Boot. Who missed more big chances, Salah or Kane?
Salah. Yeah, Salah.
Final answer?
Salah
missed 23 big chances. Kane missed 18.
That is mad, you know. And the thing is, I knew it was Salah because I saw something towards the end of last season where it's like Salah missed the most clear-cut chances.
Yeah,
in the Prem.
which is mad. He actually tops the table for most chances missed.
That's mad, but he still ends up a top goal scorer. That's
scorer.
why it's kind of weird. Would you say like he's clinical? Because clinical means like you're burying like at least 1 in 2.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I wouldn't even say Salah's clinical, but he just manages to. He's either in that. He's in places where he's always going to get a chance. So even if he misses 5, he'll score like, He'll score 1 or 2.
That's the thing. It's like the Ronaldo approach. He like has like 5, 6, 7 shots a game, but he always get like 2 goals. So is he clinical or is he just prolific in terms of how many shots he's getting? Like same with Kane, I feel, because Kane actually also he has a lot of shots. Like in terms of the amount of shots he has, doesn't actually score in relative terms that many, but because he has so many shots, he's always bound to get a couple.
About to go in,
exactly.
They have to. No,
so it's interesting. I think that's a trend. I think with most of the top goal scorers recently, they're not necessarily clinical in terms of most shots go to goals, but in terms of they just have so many attempts.
True.
That's why they're always leading the shot attempts. But it's another question, right, Matt?
Boy, equal reflex now.
Equal reflex. One more right, man, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right. So 2 more questions.
Okay.
Obviously, last season, so this is question 6.
Yeah.
So at Anfield last season, Liverpool, the penalties was a big thing about last season. Spurs got 2 penalties at Anfield. A lot of Liverpool fans weren't happy. Claimed the diving. Yeah. But since Klopp has come to the Premier League, who's conceded more penalties, Liverpool or Spurs?
Who's conceded more penalties? This is a tough one. Liverpool. Yeah.
Final answer?
Yeah, Liverpool. Even though I'm not kind of sure though, I'm thinking,
Liverpool, since Klopp has come to the Premier League, have conceded 14 penalties. And Spurs have conceded 7. So there you go.
I didn't know it was that many though. 14.
14
double
penalties.
The amount of. Because I was trying to think, how many penalties do you lot concede? And I think you don't concede.
We actually don't concede a lot, no.
Yeah. Do you want to know what that is? It's because, in my personal opinion, some Liverpool fans are going to berate me for this. I think you probably have the best defence. Like as a unit, you have the best defence. When Toby Alderweireld is at his peak, Vertonghen obviously, and now you've got Davis and Trippier. Dude, that back 4 is sturdy. Obviously, coming into this season, you've got Sanchez back in there, and Vertonghen. You kind of like mixing between the back 3 and the back 4. So that stuff like that could change, but you've got the players for that unit. Liverpool have only just kind of seemed like they found one with Joe Gomez coming in.
He looks good though.
He does look. Listen, Joe Gomez looks solid. My only worry is that if Lovren gets fit, I pray he doesn't put him back in, because I think Joe Gomez deserves his chance, and I think Gomez is a better defender than flipping Lovren.
What do you think of Lovren's comments that he's one of the world's best defenders and deserves respect?
Go into that, because why would you say that? Why? Wait, listen, Dejan Lovren, if he was a world class defender, what happened last season when we played you?
He got hauled off after half an hour.
After half an hour. Harry Kane gave him nightmares. Lovren lost his head and crapped his pants. And Klopp had to take him off. It was that bad. It was shocking.
But to be fair to him, he has reached a Champions League final and a World Cup final.
I'm not trying to say that he's bad, but he's not world class. He's just... He's a decent defender. I say he's a decent defender, and he has improved. Fair credit to him, he's improved, but I don't think he's world class in my opinion.
We did a combined 11 on Sunday with the Captured Reds. So check out that. Link will be in the description below. We actually got quite a lot of heat on that video from a lot of Scousers because we didn't put Van Dijk in the team.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, we did. We put in for Jan and Toby, and the Scousers have been hella disliking this video. It's like a Scouse invasion on this video. There's so many comments there, like 90% all about you didn't put Van Dijk in, what are you doing? Do you think he's the best defender in the Premier League?
I wouldn't say he's the best, because I think at Liverpool he started off very, very well, but you can't just give a guy 6 months and be like he's the best in the Prem. Obviously at Southampton he was doing well, but at Southampton he still made errors, because I don't know, maybe his heart wasn't at Southampton, especially towards the end of last season, whatever. But he's, in my opinion, he's top 3.
Who's the other 2? Will you put Vertonghen in there and Toby? Surely. That's who we decided. I think he'll be them too. Vertonghen, he was in the team of the year last season. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal. I think he's criminally underrated, people. I think he's one of, if not the best centre back in the Premier League in my opinion.
It is close between him and Alderweireld. The only reason I'm even debating it is because Alderweireld has had a few injuries, so it's kind of dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, he had a few injuries, and also we had the whole contract issue with Spurs,
exactly.
and it's kind of affected him. I think
I think Vertonghen has just been. Vertonghen's been immense since he's come into the league. Whenever people go up against Vertonghen, I've never seen Vertonghen get embarrassed. Really, hardly ever once, because he's so sturdy. Hardly ever dives in, and when he does, he always gets the ball. That's why he's a smart defender, very, very smart and astute. So. Yeah, man, I think he's up there as one of the best.
To be fair, Van Dijk has improved your defence quite a lot.
He has,
But I think everyone, especially, listen, maybe it's just YouTube people barraging. I think people calling him the best defender in the league is a bit much.
I think it's a bit too early. That's just for Liverpool fans.
Because he's only been there 6 months.
This is what I'm
trying to say. He's been great for 6 months.
Yeah, you've got to give someone longevity.
Exactly.
You can't
have a whole season first, and then we'll see.
It's like, don't get carried away. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's me saying that. But listen, I love Van Dijk, and I think he will turn out to be one of the best defenders the Premier League has ever seen. Once his time's up at Liverpool.
He's still only like 26. He's got years on them, so fair play. All right, 5 out of 6 you've got right. That's your new leader, Matt from the Football Banter Show. Jeez. All right, last question. This one is a bit of like a challenge question. Basically, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to answer this question.
Okay.
The question is five players from both squads.
Yeah.
It's like combined. I mean, like 5 players in total. Our both squads have scored a brace in this fixture. 5 players who are still currently playing for both teams have scored a brace in this fixture. Can you name all 5?
Oh my!
Who have scored a brace?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna put the timer on 1 second.
Oh, bro, this is hard. And
they're
both they're all playing.
They could be playing either for Spurs or Liverpool. They're playing now. They're playing now. Yeah. They've scored a brace. All right, time starts now.
Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Dele Alli.
No.
Flip Salah.
Yeah.
Firmino.
Nope.
Eriksen.
Nope.
Dembele.
Nope.
Oh my days! What did I say? Dembele. Mane.
Yes.
I've missed that. Son.
Nope. 5 seconds.
Henderson.
No.
Sturridge.
Oh yes, you just got that as I pressed. I'll give you that one.
But that was 4, though, isn't it?
It was 4. I was going to say, I didn't mention it before. You have to get all 5 to get the point.
Okay,
the one you were missing. Was Jan Vertonghen.
Oh my day! Do you know what? I was thinking he
scored. He scored a brace back in 2013. Liverpool won that game 3-2, and he scored a brace in that game. So those are the 5. So Salah, Cade, Mane, Sturridge, and Vertonghen.
I knew Sturridge was in. I was thinking of the front line. I was like, I'm missing someone out, but because Sturridge hasn't been playing, he just slipped my mind. That is so annoying, man. And I wouldn't have got Jan. I'm not going to lie.
Jan's a tough one. Jan's a tough one.
Lie to you.
Sturridge, to be fair, was in a League Cup game. It wasn't in a Premier League game. But he did score a brace. Salah was last season, obviously. Kane was also last seen at Wembley. And Mane was 2 seasons ago when you beat us 2-0 at Anfield.
Yeah, I remember that one.
He scored 2 early goals. So, fortunately, you didn't get the point. But that's 5 out of 7, Matt. It's close. You were close.
I know. I wanted to get at least 6, man, to set the levels. But 5 is good. And I'll be
5 out of 7,
well,
man. Listen, you know your stuff. You're current leader. Well done, man. Well, check out the Football Banter Show. Check out Matt. What's your prediction for Sunday? For Saturday, even?
It's gonna listen, man. I hate doing predictions because it's such a tight game, this one. But I think we're gonna nick it 2-1. I think we're gonna score first. Your reply, I think Harry Kane will score. But I think the winning goal will be Salah. I think Mane will score first. I think Kane will score. Jeez. But we're going to win 2-1. I generally do think that. And that's only because as well, you're missing Dele. Obviously, Hugo Lloris isn't in goal as well either. You're playing Vorm, I'm guessing, innit?
Yeah, we'll play Vorm.
We've pretty much got a full strength squads. And I think on form as well, I just think the confidence is going for the team.
What I would say is I think you are catching us at a pretty good time in terms of not just Dele and Lloris being injured, but also Kane is not looking as total sharpness, I would say. And I think Son also coming back from, he's just played 8 games in 26 days or something. So he's so he's coming back. So it's not the easiest time for Spurs. I think we can adapt. I would say I'm not that confident we're going to go and win the game, but I would say 2-2. That's what I've said.
Draw, yeah?
I said 2-2 draw. I don't think a draw will be the end of the world in this kind of game, especially early on the season. We just don't want to be losing more ground to Liverpool for sure on the form they're in. I think a draw will be a decent result. It's going to be tough for us to win it, I think, just where we are at the moment. But over the season, it's all about it's a marathon, not a sprint. So this game's not everything.
Man, I'm telling you, listen, we're gonna do big things this year. I can see it already. No, seriously.
Is it your year?
Do you know what?
Every year today, yeah.
No. It's not even that. It's not even that. But one thing I'll say is I think this is probably gonna be our best year in how many years? Because listen, a lot of Liverpool fans every year we keep saying it's gonna be our year, and it hasn't. But I think the proof looks like it could be in the pudding this time, and I think it's because we've been shrewd with the transfers. We've identified the weaknesses. What's so mad is you'd think that every club does that, but for whatever reason, a lot of clubs don't. They just buy players and they don't necessarily need them. We needed Alisson badly. We needed Keita. Do you know what I'm saying? We needed Shaqiri. We've identified the weaknesses. So I think, and Fabinho as well. Fabinho. Do you know what I'm saying? He hasn't even played yet. He hasn't even kicked a ball.
You got, to be fair to Liverpool, they smashed it, I think, in this window. And it obviously remains to be seen whether in the long term, like players like Fabinho or like Keita looks like a baller, but whether there will be long term solutions. But at the moment, that's what it looks like.
No, it's true.
I don't know if you'll win the league. It's going to be a big effort.
I'll be real with you. Man City are sort of favourites. They're sort of favourites because I still think they ultimately have the best squad. But I just think we're probably the closest thing you can get to a Man City at the moment in terms of firepower, at least.
Yeah, but considering you've finished below Spurs like a lot recently, like I think it was 7 out of the last since Rafa Benitez left.
Yeah,
I think only once you finished above Spurs.
Do you know what I blame it on though? I wouldn't even say firepower when I think about it now. It's probably defense. You got to remember, as I've said, you lot have that shrewd defensive unit. We haven't had that at all since Benitez has left. Only now it looks like we've got even people forget like Andy Robertson come from Hull. Yeah, £8 million.
What a signing that is.
I'm about to say Joe Gomez, obviously Trent as well. Like these,
young players.
Yeah, young players. A bit like do you know what? For the other day I thought Trippier was young, but I realised
he's like 26.
I thought he just looks young, innit? I thought he was younger, but yeah, we've got I think a stable defence now, and I think that will help us going forward.
All right. Well, cheers for coming on, Matt. Check out his channel in the link in the description below, the Football Banter Show. Are you going to be there on Saturday? You're not going to be there.
Unfortunately, I'm going to be working, man. But I'm going to watch the game anyway.
Hopefully, we'll try and catch up with you after the game and see what you're thinking.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
All right, nice one. Cheers for coming on. As always, like, subscribe, and comment below. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, Liverpool.
Cheers, man.
That's right, bro. Cool.